So it's safe to say the World Cup didn't really go according to plan. But at least the FA have let me keep this office while I take charge of Fulham. They haven't really let me take control of the office. I'm just hiding here. There's a little camp bed underneath here, and I've found a mini fridge, and sometimes I go and raid the canteen. So, shh, don't tell anyone. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TYC. Thank you very much for everyone that watched the stream yesterday. And you will know that we are now obviously at Fulham, and there have been some transfer business. We've got a lot to catch up on, so let's get straight to it. For those that didn't watch the stream yesterday, a quick rundown of what happened. So like I said, World Cup did not go well. I resigned before I was asked to be pushed because I was already at an F, and I felt a little bit hard done by considering the team played so well. The reason why I resigned is I thought I was a shoo-in to get the Juventus job. I was also offered the Atalanta job, but I kept delaying that until I got the Juve job. Annoyingly, I delayed the Atalanta job one too many times. They took the bid away from me, and literally the next day, Juve said no. So I was without job until Fulham became available. They approached me. I thought, you know what, this sounds quite good. And yeah, I've gone for it really. And we had £48 million to spend over the summer. It ended up being a lot more than that. There's been a complete squad redesign, and we're about to talk about it right now. So there's no point in me really telling you about the players that I sold, in all fairness, because we wouldn't know any of them. All you need to know is that I sold £125 million worth of players, and I bought in £198 million, although these three here at the top, Garner, Herrera, and Jordan Pope, I did not bring in. Everyone underneath that, I did. So you watched the stream yesterday, you'll see the majority of these in detail. So if you want to go and watch it in more detail, just go back and watch the stream. It's not too long, so hopefully you guys can skip through it if you don't want to watch the entire thing and get to the important bits. But all you need to know is that Les Coyne's on loan from Blackburn, left back, very solid, very good physically, mentally pretty decent, technically could use a bit of work. Another player that will be joining us is Dominic Petit, and I am very excited about this guy. He's very good mentals, good physically and good technically, can play in the centre of the park, and he'll be along our side, our captain, who we'll get onto later, but Canatong, I believe is his name. I'm still getting to learn everyone here. This is like the 7th time I've had to learn everyone new at the club. I signed in a young goalkeeper called Mikael Hoch, I think that's how you say it, from Copenhagen. Obviously got a rich history of getting good players from Copenhagen. Darame. As a goalkeeper, very, very good. The fact he's only 17 years old, he could become absolutely amazing. Mentally very good at this age as well. Got bits that you really want. 14 determination is quite good. Hopefully that will go up. He could develop a bit more physically, but he's pretty tall at 192 centimetres, which is, I believe, just over 6 foot. He's very, very solid. A player that we'll all be familiar with is Nick Mills, 28 years old now. Bought him in from Derby for only £5 million. He's not going to tear up any trees, but he makes a really good, solid backup right back option, and someone that I know and I can rely on. And this is where things get a little bit more exciting. Kim Il-soo, who I've bought in from Bournemouth for a modest £15 million, described as wonder kid, could be absolutely amazing. South Korean left winger. Very, very good technicals, decent mentors, but physically very good indeed, apart from the strength, which could use a bit of work. But this kid could be absolutely amazing. I need to get his determination up. I'm not really liking that. So if I can put him into a mentoring group, get his determination up, I think we can have a real winner on our hands here. Especially good value for money. Next up is Kieran Ross, who I brought in. I had a real problem with goalkeeper. If you watched the stream yesterday, you'll know that. Technically very, very good. Mentally decent. Physically good. 26 years old, bought him for £20 million, in from Manchester United. He's made a solid start, but a few things could use a bit of improvement. His first touch is not very good. His handling at 12 is not exactly great, neither is his command of area, but he's a solid, decent Premier League option. And now we get on to the players that are very good. Jonathan Falevena, who I brought in from Inter Milan. Now, he's made an exceptional start to the season. Already got 3 goals in 4 games. He's been absolutely brilliant, and you can see why. Technically pretty decent, mentally awesome, and physically also awesome. Only bought him in for a modest £24 million. He's played brilliantly so far. He is going to be my number 10 in this team. I want everything to go through him. He's absolutely insane, and I love it. Second to last one that I signed, and I pretty much signed this guy just for the name, Han de Man. I mean, what more do you want? Han de Man. And he is the man, because he scored in his last game, which was actually mightily impressive for him. Bought him in for £24 million as well. He's not made the best of starts since moving from Borussia Dortmund, but he will get better. Obviously, the team is completely gelling together. It's a nearly entirely new lineup. But this guy could be potentially quite good. 28 years old, so I brought him in for now, basically, just for a couple of seasons, just to help me find another young up-and-coming centre-back to partner up alongside him. He'll do for the time being. It's mainly for the name. But the big money was spent on this man, Bart Schneiders. Now, Bart Schneiders is amazing. He was rated 90 on my scout report. He hasn't scored yet, which I'm finding baffling, because when you look at his attributes, he's amazing. His technique isn't good with 11, but finishing 16, first touch 16, vision 13, teamwork 16, off the ball 15, flair 14, composure 18, decisions 17, and pretty well-rounded physically. I think this guy could be absolutely amazing. Could be. Need him to play a little bit better than he has done, but it's going to take him a little while to get used to it. But for £60 million, I'm expecting at least 20 goals this season. And we'll go through the rest of the squad as we go through the games, but we've already played a fair few games. As you can tell, we're currently sat down in 13th position. We played Tottenham away, where we got a credible 1-1 draw, then beat Birmingham 1-0 at home, but then got an absolute spanking by Newcastle 3-0. But Newcastle in this series are very, very solid, to be fair. Their player here, who tore me apart, is Sherdan Jokanovic. I mean, look at him. He's next level. He's amazing. And they also had the small matter of Precious Okafor up front. He's apparently requested to leave. Maybe I should have signed him. Not after what happened in the World Cup, Precious. But we did then beat Oxford in the Carabao Cup 3-0, and I'm hoping that we can put in a good performance against Chelsea. We're currently third in the league, so it's not going to be easy, put it that way. But if you look at the season preview, we've been predicted to finish 10th in the league. We're a very, very solid Premier League club. We have been for a number of years now. It's not been bad, but I do feel that potentially we could get this team a little bit further up. Last year they finished 10th, 11th, 14th again, and then 9th is the highest we've ever finished in the Premier League in this save. So I'm hoping that we can improve on that. And without further ado then, let's get stuck into some gameplay. Ooh. Don't know why I went ooh at the end. So this is the team as it stands. So we're going to walk through. I've just shown you Kieran Ross, so you'll know about him. Now, Quincy Brown's up first at left back, and I believe we ran into him when we were at Derby, when he was playing for Arsenal and West Brom. Very, very solid. Good attributes all round. A decent left back. Then you got Deman next to him, and a guy called David Munday. And David Munday is pretty good, actually. 23 years old. Could be a very, very good centre-back. Leadership of 3 is a little bit concerning, but heading is good at 16. Marking 14, tackling 14, positioning 15. He's got all the attributes to be a pretty decent defender. Not a world beater, but not bad either. He's only 4 appearances away from actually reaching 100 for Fulham, so congratulations to him. Another great name here is Max Saylor. Now, Max Saylor is 30 years old, and with Nick Mills being 28 years old, you can tell that I'm going to need to go off and find a brand new, younger right back at some stage. But for the time being, Saylor and Mills between them will do us a decent job. They're pretty much of a muchness. His mentals are very good. Everything else could use a bit of work. Then we've got Petit in the middle, who I've already shown you. And this is our man, Cantong, who is absolutely brilliant. Like, I look at him and I think, yes, there's a reason why he's captain. Technically, he's amazing. Could probably do with getting a few more goals. Only 8 in 267 appearances is not brilliant, but mentally amazing, and physically a little bit on the way out, I would suppose. Not really. I mean, he's only 25, but he's quite small and only 9 strength. That's the bit that really needs a bit of work. Can still get better. He's an absolutely brilliant player, wanted by Real Madrid, so that shows you just how good he actually is. And then going forward, we've got some more brilliant players. We've got Alex Puig, who looks particularly very good. He's been very, very poor so far for me since I've taken over, but you can tell here, very, very solid all round for a left winger. Falavain is in the middle, which we've got. And then the other good player we've got is Mesut Yassar, who's 24-year-old Dutch. Out on the... I'm still sore about it. Physically very good, mentally solid. Technically, some pretty good attributes. And of course, then it's Schneider's leading the line. I'll show you any of the other people that we bring on as we go through. All I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Kim Il-soo on to the bench. Well, they're playing a formation I have not often seen, a 4-3-1-2, and that means that we can get down the wings here. So I'm going to ask the boys, actually, if we can play the ball a little bit wide. I'm going to pass it, so we owe Chelsea after what happened in our last match. So obviously, we've taken a beating from them before. This is obviously a West London derby. It's just... Chelsea are so far ahead of us in terms of the players that they've got, the personnel. In tactics, I'm playing the same formation, same tactics that I've played at pretty much everywhere that I've gone recently. I just want to be known for a certain style of play, and this is what we're doing. We're going attacking no matter where we are. I want to be front foot. I want to be pressing. I want to have the ball. And the only way to kind of do that, I'd rather not try and sit back and counter people. I would much rather get on the ball, try and dictate. The players who are pretty good, they'll probably get beaten by the teams like Chelsea, like Arsenal, like Liverpool, like United, like City. But I do feel that there's a sort of strength in this team. That there's a lot I quite like. I did check out the team before I just said yes. There were a lot of players that actually wanted me, I wanted to come and manage. Canatong being one of them. It'd be great if I could actually say his name. It's Cantong, isn't it? And he's just won the ball back there off of Chelsea in the midfield. Cantong on the ball. Plays a nice pass out. Puig heads it back. Oh no, Chelsea have got the ball here with Sears Leben. Giovanni Reina, who's still playing, into Belanga. Great save by the goalkeeper, and they were going to tap that in because the defence just fell asleep. But I think it's because they knew it was offside. At least I'm hoping so. Otherwise, that was the worst covering you've ever seen. Oh my god, it's Nick Madden. And Jake Fisher. There's actually people I know and I like in this Chelsea team. That makes it all the more painful. As Yassar on the ball. Go on, Mesut. Go on, mate. Where are you going? That is awful. It's just awful for Mesut Yassar. He's not having a good game. He's not been very good since I brought him in. Everything is not going well down that side. Mesut Yassar is playing at 6.3. It's just not very good, is it? And yet, with half-time approaching, it's still 0-0. I have no idea how Mesut Yassar is having one of the worst games I've ever seen. I guess I'm happy with your performance so far, but for Mesut Yassar, aggressive, I'm not happy. He seems to lose focus. You know what then, mate? I've got no issue in that. Yassar's not been very good. Taking him off, Herrera is coming on. Herrera was a player that was signed, but I didn't sign him. But I have to say, he is pretty good. 26-year-old Spanish, can do very, very well. Physically great. Crossing, dribbling, first touch, all absolutely amazing. So this is a player who could be potentially very, very good. And at this rate, he'll probably overtake Yassar on the right-hand side because Yassar's been awful. First highlight of the second half here is Madden gets on the ball for Chelsea. They've had pretty much all the highlights so far, but you kind of get the impression we're going to get at least one chance, surely, in this game. Foden, ball over the top, finds Serio, another player that I know, and Oliver Belanga scores. I had a feeling it was coming. You can't say they haven't deserved it. It's not brilliant considering it's at his near post, but Angelo Serio, England player, one I know very well, has put a lovely, delightful ball from him here. He just chips it in. Belanga, I mean, you got to be saving that, Ross. Sorry, mate, you got to be saving that. Monday, back to say that. I mean, they're pressing. There's no room anywhere. There's no room anywhere. I don't know, have a clue what we're trying to do. Just get it down the wings and attack them. Reina's in. Good save by Ross, but just every time we've tried to do an attack, they've literally just cut everything out. Falavena may as well not even be there. We've not tried to get the ball into him at all. Foden on a free kick, whips it in, back post, Madden. That near post, I swear to God, so many goals going at the near post. And Kieran Ross again, it's just not good. Foden whips it to the back post, Madden, it looks like he's a bit offside, and Ross has already dived before he's even hit the shot. I mean, it's just nonsense. It's not a good example of the team here, I have to say. It's not been good. Puig's coming off, and I'm going to give Kim Il-soo a run out. But I'm not happy. Terry Bryan's also coming on for Petit. He's not a player I played yet, Terry Bryan, but he looks like he could be quite solid. I'd like a box-to-box midfielder, and I haven't got one of those naturally in the team, so that's another thing I'm going to have to go out and buy. Maybe I can get Johnny Bravo from Hertha Berlin, I don't know, but it's disappointing so far. In all fairness, we're lucky it's only 2-0, and I look at it, Herrera's playing at 6.4, so that right wing, it's been horrendous. That right wing, we've just been destroyed. Herrera's playing at 6.3, Yassar was playing at 6.2. It's just not good enough. It's really just not good enough. A 2-0 defeat at Stamford Bridge. It's not the end of the world, but I mean, it's disappointing. There's no getting around it. We got an international break, which is good. It gives me some time with the boys to try and get this team sorted. Okay, it's not the start we wanted, but maybe it's just because of the opposition. So I'm going to come back for some games that might be a little bit gentler on us, and those are going to be home games against Derby and Bournemouth. Games that really, on paper, we should be looking to get some points from. We are now kind of like an established Premier League team. There is no pressure on me to kind of achieve anything. All we have to do is get maybe a top half finish, and then we'll be fine. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're on track. This team will come good. It's going to take them a little bit of time to get themselves together, but after that we should be okay. I mean, maybe. Let me know what you think of my signings in the comment section. Let me know if you think it's a good move moving to Fulham. If there was another job available, I would have taken it, but I wanted to get straight back into club management. Otherwise, this save could literally just kind of like dwindle away into nothingness. So I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from. But thanks so much for watching the episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, of course, please do drop a like on the video, share, and subscribe. And until I see you again for another episode of the TYC, take care of yourselves, everyone. Stay cool.